Hey bloggers, it's Kelly with Blogfiti.com. Today we are going to be talking about how to create a WordPress post. I'm going to go through how to insert a title, paragraphs, headings, images, lists, links, and a conclusion into your blog post so you can get on your way to building a blogging empire. Let's go! Okay, so to keep things super simple, I'm just going to show you guys the basics of adding a new blog post. To add a new blog post, start at your WordPress dashboard and then go over to this thumbtack on the left-hand side of the screen. You can either hover over it and click on Add New, or you can click on it, which will automatically take you to the All Posts page, and click on Add New in the upper left. The first thing you need to do is add in your title. How to create your first blog post. A suiting title. Okay, then click down here. This is called a block and it defaults to paragraph, which is good because the first thing you need to do is write your intro. Oops, write your intro here. To create a new paragraph or a new block, just press Enter. Alternatively, you can hover over the center and a plus sign magically appears. You can add a block, paragraph. I'll call this sentences to of your blog post intro. You can see I am a terrible speller. Okay, so now we have our first two lines. Each one of these is a separate block, and you can adjust your block settings over here on the on the right hand side. You can change the font size, you can add a drop cap, you can change the color of the background, text color, etc. Or you can add in additional CSS, which just don't even worry about that right now. All right. The next basic block we are going to add is a heading. I press Enter to add a new block. And you can either choose the H, which stands for heading, over here on these three icons, or you can go over here to the plus sign on the left and click on heading. This is going to populate your most used blocks. If you ever can't find a block, you can search for one. And click heading. And our first heading is going to be how to add a heading. And then you can press Enter, or again, go to the little plus in the middle. And then we're going to type a basic body paragraph, basic body of our blog post. The first thing we're covering is headings. Our headings. Okay, let's say we want to add a subheading. So that would be a subtopic to this topic right here. Again, press Enter to create a new block. Press the H to add a heading. And you can change the hierarchy two ways. You can either go over here to your block settings. H1 is the top level. This is usually your title. H2 is a major heading like this. H3 would be a subheading of this heading of an H2, and H4 subheading of H3, so on and so forth. They're like Russian nesting dolls. So you can change the hierarchy here, or you can change it with this drop-down box. change it back to an H2 and back to an H3. You can also change the font of your heading. You can change the font attributes of your heading. You can make it bold, you can italicize it, you can change the justification if you want to appear on the left-hand side of the screen, the center, or the right. Just for fun, let's do this one center. So this one is a how to add a subheading. There we go. And under here you would have some more paragraph text. Press enter to create a new block. The next thing we're going to add is an image block. You're going to use this like gangbusters because nobody likes reading a huge wall of text. So hover over your new block and you can either click on these icons. This is the Grammarly add-on I have on Chrome, so that little dorky smiley face in the one won't appear on yours. Okay, so click back over here and click on image. You have three options here. You can upload from your computer. You can choose an image from your media library, which is anything you've ever uploaded to WordPress, or you can insert from a URL. We're going to upload from my computer. We're going to click on this flat lay photo right here. Okay, it's finished uploading, and you can manipulate this photo a little bit within the Gutenberg WordPress editor. You can make it smaller or larger. You can change the alignment of it, so left, center, right, wide width, full width. Let's do center. And you can give it a caption, and you should give your photos captions. People are scanners now. They don't actually read your blog post. Most of them scan it. So they will scan your headings and your captions and your conclusion to see what your blog post is about and see if they really want to go through and spend the time reading it. So always add captions. That's how we create a photo in our blog post. Now let's say you want to have this photo over here with some text next to it. I'll show you what it looks like right now. Here's our title. Here's our intro, our heading, some paragraph text, our subheading, more paragraph text, our photo, and the caption. Let's say that we want this photo to appear over here, and we want to have some paragraph text on the left of it. Totally doable and super easy. Let's head back over to our edit screen. And we're going to click on this drop-down box right here, change block type or style. You're going to be limited to your options depending on what kind of block you're working with, but you can change the style. This one's kind of cool, circle mask, so it turns it into a circle. And then we're going to change it to something called media and text. So it is a mix of a photo and text. And in order to get this picture over here to the right-hand side, just click on this icon up here. And then type in your paragraph text. Paragraph, paragraph, paragraph. And let's go see what it looks like. Okay, it looks different, but it's cool. You can see it took away the caption. And that's because when you have media and text, it doesn't generally need a caption, right? It's assumed that this image is going to apply to this text. It is kind of weird that the text here is much larger than our other paragraph text, and we can fix that. Let's head back over to our edit screen. Click on this and you can see in our block settings over here that the font size is set to large, which here is 36.5. Let's click on our other paragraph to figure out what size font we were using there. Normal. It doesn't specify a size. So let's click back over here and let's change this. Drop down, normal. There we go. So now that is the same size as this. The next very common block we are going to add is a list. Lists, although they are technically text, our mind processes them more like graphic. To add the list, you just click on Add Block and click List. And it defaults to a bulleted list, but you can change it to a numbered list by clicking on this icon right here. And in order to create a new bullet, just press Enter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. And now you have a beautiful list that will break up your text and keep people on your page. The next thing I'm going to show you how to do is something you should use frequently, and that is a hyperlink. So let's say we want to put a little blurb in here about another blog post that you think anybody enjoying this post would enjoy. So I'm going to say something like related reading, how to create your first blog post. Whoops. And I want this title part to be the hyperlink. You can do that by selecting it, pressing this chain, or press Control K, and then you want to type in the URL that you want this hyperlink to go to. In this case, it would be an internal link, but just for fun. So an internal link is a link within your blog. So you're not actually leaving your blog, but you are going to a different post. If you're creating an external link, there's something I want you to do every single time. Let's say we're going to google.com. So we type in our link there. I want you to go over this caret here, click it, and select Open in New tab. Then press this arrow to apply, and you can see it turned that text into a hyperlink. Let's preview and see what that looks like. Okay, here's our list. It's really pretty. This is now a hyperlink, and when somebody clicks on it, it opens in a new tab. That means that they're not going to lose their place on your blog. You don't want them to navigate away from your blog and never come back to it. So if you have something helpful written by somebody else, by all means put that in your blog post, but always put that open in new tab. Okay, the very last part that I want you to include in every blog post is actually another heading. So we're going to click on the little H down here, and it's going to be an H2 heading, and it's going to be a conclusion. The conclusion is important because, like I said, we are a society of article skimmers, and a lot of people will just go straight to the conclusion, read the conclusion, and figure out if they want to spend their time going back and reading the rest of your blog post. So don't phone it in on your conclusion. Okay, now that we have our conclusion written, let's go and preview our blog post. Of course, it will look different when you have way more photos in here, and you put your Pinterest images in there and things like that, and lots of text, but you can see that the basics of a really good blog post are in there. We have our title, we've got our intro, a H2 heading, the body of our blog post with a hyperlink, a subheading, some more paragraph text. We have a mixed media block. We've got our media and text, a list, and a very clearly labeled conclusion. That's it. That wasn't so bad. You're on your way to writing your first blog post. That's it for this tutorial. Don't forget to click the B to subscribe, check out other awesome blogging tutorial videos from Blogfiti, and visit me at blogfiti.com, blogging for beginners. Thank you.